My name is Jelveh. And when I was 4 years old, my parents and we had to flee from Iran. It was an experience that taught me a painful lesson about the value of independence and freedom. Why do I tell you this? Because when I look at the cloud-based internet of today, I see these values, I see freedom and independence in danger, especially for small enterprises and citizens. Let's face it, from your landline to that cloud storage, global corporations own the technical infrastructure. And the cloud, it offers you a simple deal. You want to use it? Then pay with your data. But what if you're a small enterprise or private person and you want to use the web, you need the web, but you can't afford to build your own server farm? Do you really have any other choice but to surrender your data to the cloud? I believe you should have a choice. And that is why we have invented the protonet, the world's first private cloud server that ships with your own social network. And this this is what it looks like. With the push of a button, you'll be running your full-fledged server system, 16 terabytes of storage, multiple wireless access, and a social collaboration software. With modern encryption technologies, we've made it extremely secure. And depending on the amount of storage you choose, it's between 2,000 and 3,500 euros. We've got it running like Xing, Jimdo, a whole range of agencies, lawyers' offices, and attorneys. By April of this year, we will have shipped over 100 of these boxes. Right now, we're working on a stunning new interface and an application infrastructure, think App Store. And we're also prototyping our very first consumer box. We're also preparing our software to be licensed to other hardware manufacturers. By 2015, we want to sell 25,000 of these, not counting licenses, and a lot more after that. This is a very high margin product, I think 30–35% plus. And our goal is crystal clear. We want to bring one of these boxes into every small business and into every home, because only then will the most magical feature hit the stage. We've designed these boxes to interconnect with all those other boxes out there, effectively creating a new independent internet, a protonet. So there are 3 things that make me sure that we can do it. First, it's a team. We've been working on this idea for over 3 years with fantastic hardware designers and great software engineers. Then we have our early adopters and supporters that believe in the vision, but more importantly, they love the product and use it daily. And last but not least, our investors that put a massive amount of trust into us. On November 29th, we raised 200,000 euros in 48 minutes from crowd investors. That's in Germany, and that means a lot. So we want to win this competition, not to really further software development, because I think we got it covered, but to really push and kickstart our business development. Because for this vision to become a reality, we have to push it onto a lot more devices. And that means talking to the right people. 20-something years ago, I stepped off a plane from Tehran. And today, I'm standing on this stage as an entrepreneur, and I'm pitching a protonet box to you. And you're free to decide whether you like it or not. You have a choice. And that's what counts. Question?
Thank you. It's a beautifully scripted and very ambitious pitch, but what did our judges make of it? And thank you to the audience for complying with the instructions of the evening. I'm impressed with you. Well done. Let's start with you.
Sure. So it looks cool. It's nice to have an iconic look. It reminds me of a company in the late 90s called Cobalt Networks that came out with microservers. And they also had the idea of tying in a lot of kind of functionality with a nice interface. The main difference was at the time Cobalt Networks was very aggressive on the pricing. They were undercutting a lot of other people in the marketplace, NT servers and the like, by by their choice of hardware platform. My concern when I heard the price point compared to taking a network access storage that has remote access built into it, maybe a little bit geekier, but this ends up being fairly pricey. So you may have some issues there. The other thing I'd say also, maybe more explanation about the whole protonet thing, because you lost me a little bit about the potential of that, and I think that might be muddying the message a little bit, but it's interesting.
Okay, so do I answer on the price point?
Briefly, you may.
Okay, so I'm impressed by the price point too. We tried a lot of price points and saw that we aim to sell a premium product, and we can sell it at a very good price with a very high margin. With our licensing business, and that's for the cheaper systems, for the less expensive systems.
Thank you. Oh, and what did you think?
Well, like Cobalt, there was another company called Mira, Mirabox. Mira, M-I-R-R-A-B-O-X. Okay. It was eventually acquired by Western Digital, and that is what the software they use for their network drives now. So I would like to have one of those, except I'm not so sure there's a lot of consumers who would want this. There's definitely, small office, home office kind of application, especially as more and more workforce becomes distributed and people work from either homes or from small offices. There will be need for something like that. And given that both HP and Dell are in chaos, this is an actual opportunity, so focus on something which is a really small market rather than try and go after consumers who will not probably spend money on it.
Yeah.
So Owen wants one. Do you want one, Esther?
I'll give you extra points just for the black cloth. And
a little bit of drama never goes down too
my
bad.
basic reaction is this is a fantastic presentation. I'm not so sure about the product. And I especially don't understand why, as a protonet user, I would be that interested in talking with other protonet users. So that's, and often a great entrepreneur will pivot. So if you pivot to something else, call me again.
You might invest.
Yeah.
but the pitch was pretty good. Thank you very much, Protonet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.